Hey guys, welcome once more to Mastermind Traders Academy. My name is Ray and just doing a short video right now regarding this pound Aussie pair. All right, so a few days ago, we actually did a video where we expected the market to tank, and this was basically the trade setup at the time when I did the video, so hopefully you guys did watch it. All right, so of course we wanted to get into this trade, but not at this current price. We kind of wanted to get in on a better price, because remember guys, when you're selling, you want to sell at the highest price, and when you're buying, you want to buy at the lowest price possible. So this is basically a rule of thumb. Now, we didn't want to get in at market order, so we wanted to wait for price to pull back into a level, let's say around here, where we believe the market was going to pull back into that level and then boom, tank. So the only thing we're never sure of is if price is going to pull back into the level that we have our pending orders. That's the only thing we're uncertain of. But what we are certain of is how much we're risking and how much we're looking to gain on the downside. So you gotta have that in mind to say, okay, every single time I execute my trade, I want to know how much I'm risking and I want to know how much I will be gaining in the event price goes in my direction. So we had that set up and boom, after a few hours, market did pull back into that level of resistance there. As we can see right here, past support becoming resistance, market got taken in, price got triggered, and boom, we had over a 200 and something pip drop almost within 3 hours, or within 3 hours. So imagine if you were trading um, a standard size account, that would be over $2,000 in 3 hours. $2,000 in 3 hours worth of work. So it goes to show you the benefits and the potential of the Forex market. All right, now let's get into my live trade. All right, so here's the trade. Here's the pound Aussie right here. So price went down. Let's see actually how much it went down to. Let's see into here, 206 pips to right here. That was 270 pips, or 271 pips. So that would have been a very good run for those who had gotten into this trade. All right, so let's look at what's going on this pair. All right, so we're definitely in a downtrend because as you can see, price did break out from this resistance level, from this consolidation area, retested this level of resistance, past support becoming resistance, and boom, market dropped. So we're still expecting the market to fall all the way down into these levels of support. However, what we're looking for is a good entry price to get into this trade. So there are two ways in which we can look at this. One, we can decide to go long. We can decide to go long short term with the expectation of reversing your trade when the market turns. Or two, we simply set a pending order to go short once the price gets to our desired level. All right, so here's a little thing that I'm going to show you guys. Now, if I decide to go long on this trade, what do you think I want to see happen first before executing that trade to go long? The fact that A, we're seeing levels of consolidation here. So that's saying that this level is holding as resistance. So that might just be enough to keep price going down eventually. Now, if the market is going to go upwards, then the first thing I'm expecting to see happen is for price to break this level of resistance right here. So I expect to see a full break of this resistance level before the market actually decides to go long. Now, once that level is broken, what am I looking for next? I'm looking for a pullback because I'm not going to look to get in at this price, which is at the top of the range. I want to get in at a better price when the market pulls back down. So what would that actually show me? What that would do is that that trade would give me a potential inverse head and shoulder pattern. So what I'm looking for here is one, price to break this level of resistance. Once price breaks that level of resistance there, once price breaks that level of resistance there, that's telling me that there's bullish momentum. There's bulls who are willing to buy and push price upwards. However, I'm going to wait for a pullback so I can get in at a better price. So that pullback can be at past resistance becoming support. So that could be an entry there. Or I could simply wait for a deeper entry or a deeper retracement back into these levels, which would then provide me with the right side of a head and shoulder pattern, inverse head and shoulder pattern. With that, I'm going to have a tight enough risk because my stop loss is going to be here. And of course, my profit potential is going to be great. So I'm looking at least a 1 to 3, 1 to 4 risk to reward trade on this right now. So what I'm waiting for here is for price to break this level of resistance, wait for a pullback, and that's my cue to now take the trade to go long. And where am I looking to exit the trade? I'm going to look to exit the trade around here or even here. So I would probably say I'll take the trade here. I'll take this profit like around here because I am expecting if the market does rally upwards, it's going to basically fill this gap. And this is not a physical gap, but a area of price inefficiency or thin liquidity, which means this is one-sided. This is not bulls and bears pushing price. This is not bulls and bears into the market. This is all sellers market right here. All this is all sellers. And the market likes to be balanced. So I'm expecting the market to at some point refill this gap where the market now becomes efficient, where the market now becomes balanced. And at that point, people or traders are going to be looking to start taking their trade, their sell positions, and start pushing price downwards. So I could look to exit here, but to be a little bit more on the conservative side, I could actually look to set my sell limit order here at this price. Now, once price gets to this level, there are certain things that I can look for that would indicate that this level is turning. That price is holding at this price. So there are certain things I can look at once price gets to this level to say, okay, based off certain price patterns, based on my technical analysis, I'm believing that price is going to hold here. So I could look to take my trade here nevertheless. But if I'm just setting a pending order, if I'm going to set a pending order, then I'm going to stretch the market up. It's almost like stretching an elastic to its limit. And once it gets to this limit right here, boom, it can do nothing else but fall. And of course, my stop loss is going to be above the previous high. So to recap, first and foremost, I'm waiting for price to break this level of resistance. Let me get rid of this. So I'm waiting for price to break this level of resistance right here. Right there. And then once price breaks that level of resistance, then I can look for a pullback into the market. Now, this little leg here, this pullback right here, that could be my swing low point right there. So if I'm waiting for a pullback, then I can just wait for a pullback far enough where I'm able to have a tight enough stop here, and I'll be looking to maximize my profit over to this end. Or I could simply wait for a deeper retracement, see around there, which would be around equal in the left tip of the shoulder. And then that's even a better risk to reward ratio, and take the trade from there. So with today being Friday, it's very unlikely that it's going to happen. And if price does break this level today, today Friday, then of course I probably would not get into this trade until into next week, let's say around Monday, because if there's no market participant trading at this point, then it's not going to keep pushing price upward. There has to be some level of volatility in the market before price can move in either direction, up or down. All right, so that's my outlook on the pound Aussie. Now, of course, we're still in the New Zealand trade at this point. Still expecting it to rally up into these levels. So for those who are still in this trade, you can keep holding it. Now we are seeing here tweezer bottom pattern, so that's encouraging, and also we're seeing that price bounce from this support level, so that's also good. So we have strong support there, and we have strong support here also. So I'm expecting price to continue going upwards into our level of take profit, and I believe somewhere up here. All right, so I will keep you guys posted. So until next time, I will. Oh, one more thing. One more thing before I go. All right, so that demo account that I have, that where I started my trade experiment, here we are. All right, so right now we're at 510. So we started with $500. We had few losses, like we had about $40 in loss, and then we regained the $40, made $5.60, and we're up in profit. So now we're up to 10%, sorry, 510. And of course, we're going to keep this trade going. And as price breaks this level of resistance, for those who are already in this New Zealand trade, once price breaks this level of resistance here, then we can now move our stop loss to say break even. So we can break even or just lock in a few pips, nevertheless. But again, as I said, I'm expecting price to rally up into these levels. So we'll keep an eye on this trade and update you as the trade progresses. All right, so that's it for right now, guys. And I will talk to you again later. Take care. Bye bye.